All right, how's it going, YouTube? Artists and art collectors and people who love the arts. I'm making this painting today, this morning on a stretch canvas. I need my Starbucks. I need my coffee. Hopefully Starbucks is gonna start paying me one day for for featuring Starbucks coffee all the time. All right. Well, I'm going to create a landscape painting with sort of like a pathway. This is a stretch canvas that measures 20 by 36 inches, and I will be painting this in my, of course, trusted medium, oil. So I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. I like to start out with some of the purple. It really doesn't matter much, but I've been using purple or umber or red lately. Maybe I was influenced by the painters of the old painters from the museum I visited lately. I love going to the museum, but you know I haven't made much effort in a while, so I did, I guess. I did make some effort. And I visited the Phoenix Art Museum, which has tremendous, beautiful artwork. Those of you who are museum visitors and those of you who are not, you gotta visit your museums. Especially if you're an artist and you're looking to you know, learn more, own your skill, that kind of dealio, you gotta visit museums. It's just a must. It's a must. Because you gotta see what artists before you did, and not to necessarily copy or you know, whatever, but to be inspired. Yeah, that's a great one too. But to see the level of work, how they produce the work, especially, you know, for example, I like to create Impressionist paintings. So I'm amazed at the spontaneity, I guess, if that's even a word again. I might be making up words here, but how spontaneous the Impressionist painters, for the most part, were. You know, I mean, even the painters like that were considered more realist, like Manet, and of course the realist Courbet. I know I'm talking about Impressionism, but I'm just bear with me. How spontaneous their works look. You know, I was looking at a portrait by John Singer Sargent, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I mean, it's been a long time since I saw John Singer Sargent, and I saw a portrait. I remember seeing Madame X at the Met, but I couldn't really see it that close. There was a lot of people. There was a big crowd of people, so I could see the brushwork. I could see the movement. But man, when I saw this portrait at the Phoenix Art Museum, I was blown away. I was like, what? Really? Crazy. Check it out. And that's really what I am, you know, the spontaneity of the work I am drawn to. Look, you guys, for those of you who are like, what the hell, why did he pull out the spatula, or the palette knife, however you guys call it. You guys need to chill out, those of you who don't like palette knife work and who think it's not real art, and you guys gotta chill out, okay? An artist paints with whatever tools are at hand available, and it's not trickery. It's just a tool. That's all it is. It's just a tool. You know, sometimes I'll paint with a paintbrush. Sometimes I'll paint with a spatula. Whatever my little heart wants to do. You know. So I used to be an artist like that. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I used to be an artist who was like, oh man, real art is only brush, blah 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 blah. You know those purist type? Yeah, I thought I was one of those. Until I started painting more, gaining more experience, you know, and then that's when I started learning, hey, you're shooting yourself on the foot, dude. You know, what do you mean you can only you're limiting yourself to only painting with, you know, it's like being a carpenter and saying, oh man, you can only use this hammer and this, and if you use anything else, you know, you're a disgrace to the, I don't know, to the construction world. Something stupid like that. It was with this limitation as artists. So I'm just putting it out there. If you saw me pull out this or any of this, don't get discouraged, because then you might see me pull out something like this, a brush like this. Okay? They're just tools. They're just tools. I mean, thank God I'm not using you know, sometimes I use pieces of plastic. They're just tools. And they're not to create any sort of I don't know. So I had some person one time tell me that I was being deceptive. I was using trickery. And I'm like, have you seen the paintings by the so-called famous artists? Have you seen the stuff that they use? Or I mean, clearly, if you're an artist, you can see. Just pay attention to a painting by, and I'm not just saying it because of the movie, prior to the movie, Turner, William Turner, the romantic British artist. Just pay attention to any of these paintings and see. He has to have used other things than just a brush, than just palette knife. You can clearly see that there is a different type of game happening. You know, there's a different, how atmospheric he created the work. He was using something else. But you know, just telling you, it's one of the reasons I did it. It's just to you got to get out of your comfort zone, whatever that comfort zone is for you. You got to kind of step out and I think it's so serious. I don't think it's so serious. It's serious, but it's not. It's like this dance, okay? It's a dance. It's a serious dance because yes, you're in it. You're but at the same time, it's not. And the way that it's not so serious is practice. You learn how it not to be so serious. The more practice you do, the less serious it becomes. Why? Because you start understanding how you know, how detrimental it is for it to be so serious. It shouldn't be serious. It'll stop the flow of creativity. Anytime you get serious, and I know these are like art sessions and unnecessary tutorials. I will be making a tutorial very soon. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I have this film crew that's gonna come and do a really cool, help me do a really cool film, short film tutorial or something like that. You'll see. Anyway, anytime you get serious, please understand you're no longer enjoying it. Okay? Know that, please, so that you're not making that mistake. Anytime you get serious, if you're an artist and you start getting serious when you're creating artwork, and I mean serious as in uncomfortable, not serious as in zen heckle serious, which is not serious, but it looks serious. You're no longer enjoying it. So step back a little bit and don't get so serious. It's so funny. In order to be serious, you have to not get serious. Because it's what's crazy about this thing. It's so crazy. It's just life, you know? In order to not get serious, in order to get serious at what you do, you have to not get serious. But no matter how many times people told me that, I wouldn't understand because it's experiential. It's something that you have to experience. It's not going to, you're not gonna be able to figure it out unless you start doing it. Okay? Cool about painting. It's fun. Je ne sais quoi. So, anyways, getting back to my blabber about visiting museums. You gotta visit some museums. You'll be surprised. Once you get close to them, you'll be surprised how meticulous and it only looks meticulous. It only looks like this organized thing from far away, but when you get close, you're like, what the hell happened there? Was he blind? What was going on? It wasn't that. He was playing with heart. Heart. You paint with heart. It looks like It looks like you don't know what you're doing. But believe me, if you don't do it enough, you won't know what that is. You have to create the channel. I've talked about it in other videos. So if you're like I don't know, if you're a bad artist, whatever that is, but if you haven't practiced enough, is what I'm trying to say. That's the difference between good and bad. If you haven't done it enough, if you haven't owned your skill, you know, your skill, not someone else's standards, but yours. No matter how much you try to paint, it's not going to come out right. You're going to be disappointed, and so will most likely people around you. That's because it comes from you. I know I'm not trying to get too crazy here talking about this, but if you're not convinced, they won't be convinced, is what I'm trying to say. Whoever they is, you know. So you gotta paint with the heart, and it's an abstract term for many of us. I remember it was very abstract for me. It used to actually used to make me upset when people were like, "Oh, you gotta," you know. I remember some really good artists who I admired used to tell me, "You gotta do it with your heart." And I was like, what are you talking about, man? You know, are you trying to tell me that I can't reach it? I'm not, you know, it's not available for me. But as years went by, many years, I started understanding what they meant. It's experiential. It's not that you can't, or I, in my case, couldn't paint with my heart. It's not even available to you if you don't create the channel. If you don't practice, it's not even available to you. That's what I'm trying to say. Many people may ask themselves this question. I know that some people ask me this. They tell me, you know, I paint and it's not working for me, you know, or I can't seem to I don't know, be satisfied. That's a whole other thing. Or I can't seem to sell my work. That's a whole other thing. Or you have the problem that some people have, which they haven't put in the time and they want to sell. That's another problem. If you haven't put in the time, you're probably not ready. You know, you got to take some classes, or you got to put in the time, or you got to do your thing. I'm not saying that I'm this great artist, or I'm not trying to say that at all. All I'm saying is I put in my time, and I continue to put in my time, and that makes all the difference about how you create artwork, your artwork, and how the self-esteem that you develop, and the vision that you develop, and the market how it responds to you. So it's another problem. I've heard plenty of artists tell me, I want to do what you do, but my own thing, or I'm a photographer and it's not working. Maybe you're not ready. Not because you're not ready. Maybe you're a shitty photographer. Maybe what you need to do is become a better photographer. Or maybe you haven't developed that eye yet. That thing. So maybe you got to go back to school or the drawing board and then put in the time. And then once you put in the time, whatever that is, then you're really going to be able to see whether it's something that works for you or it doesn't, But I don't think it's going to happen without you first put in the time. Put in the time. It ain't going to work unless you put in the time. It's like me saying, I want to be a boxer, right? Or an Olympian, I don't know. And go and try out and say, well, it's not working for me. How come you make it seem so effortless and it's not working for me? There's nothing special about those guys, other than they're extremely strong in putting in the time, the practice, the sweat. You got to pay the price. Pay the price. You have to. And I'm not telling you pay the price so that you can paint like me. No. That's BS. No. Pay the price so that you can do you. That's what I'm trying to say. You might not like what I'm doing at all. Maybe you might. I don't know. I like it. I certainly have a lot of people who like it. That's important for me. It matters. But do you? Do you? Anyway, that's my rant right there. In case one of you or two want to ask me about it again, maybe you got to go back to. First you have to learn, and then you can create that oh man, I forgot the zone. Did you guys see me get in the zone right there? I love getting in the zone. Hold on. By the way, the zone is pure magic. You elevate yourself to another, I don't know how to say it. You guys who are artists, you guys understand. Those of you who are not, you guys also understand, because there's something you do, but you do it exceptionally well. And you get in the zone, whatever it is, whether you play tennis or whatever you do. The zone is pure magic. The zone is the place you want to get to. Okay? The zone is where I get rewarded as an artist. Zone is where the magic happens, you guys. Always strike for the zone. By the way, you guys won't believe this, but I will be auctioning this painting on eBay. And the reason I say you guys won't believe this is because the auction price will start at $1. $1. Why? Just because I think everybody should be able to have a chance to afford original art, and this is the way that I make it possible through auctions. All right. All right. Let's see here. Let me sign this thing because I love signing my work. Okay. Check it out.